What's good? I'm Fitz. This is the weekly Raw review. So let's get into it. So Braun makes his way to ringside and just destroys the commentator's desk. Obviously pissed off about what happened at the Royal Rumble. Division and Paul Heyman come down to the ring to basically try and calm him down and sort it out. Heyman calls out Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce comes out. He's got loads of security with him, so there's no way of getting to him. Whilst Braun Breaker's between the ring, which holds the Vision, and Adam Pearce, basically, LA Knight jumps in the ring, attacks Theory and Paul, and that. Braun turns to go and chase after LA Knight, who cuts through the ring, for the audience. And then by the time he gets back to the entranceway to get towards Pearce is gone. So Braun's just like fuming now. Then we get a Royal Rumble recap. The whole show is basically a Royal Rumble recap. I'll just give you that heads up now. Then we get Javon Evans versus El Grande. Now that's a decent match, and it ends when basically the real El Grande comes back. Um, Basically leads to Javon hitting the OG cutter, and yeah, it looks like WrestleMania at least. It's gonna be probably Chad Gable versus the three knockoff El Grandes. Then we get AJ's music. Looks like AJ's coming out to address the crowd, but nope, it's gone for trolling everyone, which nice little touch, I'm not gonna lie. Dragon Lee randomly attacks, and he's actually successful in attacking Gunther until essentially he lines up to get hit him with one big shot, and as he's running towards him, Gunther hits him with the ring bell, puts him in a sleeper, and that's that. We go backstage. Adam Pearce is backstage, seeming to be happy. Paul Heyman, not happy, comes up to him, says basically he wants Braun Breaker versus LA Knight tonight. Pearce says that can't happen because he's just escorted LA Knight out of the building for disrupting the show. Advises that Braun Breaker leaves the arena as well. Then we cut to the ring and see that the War Raiders are in the ring waiting for a tag team match. And kind of like Kane in 08, 98, where he comes to the ring, just disrupts shit. He's not happy with the way the Royal Rumble went, destroys both War Raiders, and yeah, that's that. Then we get a Finn promo package where he's saying that he's not been respected. Essentially, he wants the title, says that he doesn't see himself as a bad guy, but warns Punk that essentially for this title he will do bad things. So looks like we're getting a proper heel Finn now. Um, then we get the Bellas in ring. Bellas are back. They want a tag team titles run. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. These two were in the Divas era, where notoriously none of these women were signed for wrestling talent. Um, the closest to wrestling talent these two have got really is the fact that one married Daniel Bryan and one married John Cena. Like, let's be real. I don't know why they keep getting pops when they return. It's almost like a nostalgia value for these younger fans, but for what? You know what I mean? Let's have Lay Cool versus the Bellas again. Like, really fun. Then we get Otis and Akira backstage with Bert Kreischer, obviously Netflix partnering in it. Maxine comes. She's not having no kind of jokey time. She screams that next week she's gonna break Natty's ankle. Everyone gives it the serious face, and then yeah. Next we get Penta versus Bronson Reed. Penta's dealing with the numbers game. Ref takes a bump. Bronson Reed basically takes over, hits him with everything, but the ref's still not about, so he goes to take advantage. He gets out of the ring, gets a chair. LA Knight comes back, catches Bronson with it's like the face plant into the chair kind of thing. Then we get the ref back in the ring. He starts to count. Bronson Reed can't make it up in time. And yeah, Penta wins via a count out. Then we get a Dominic Mysterio return. It turns out he's only back to introduce Liv Morgan, who basically, she's saying she doesn't know who she's going to challenge yet after winning the Women's Royal Rumble. So essentially, she's just here to introduce Raquel Rodriguez, who politely says to stay in the back, and that she basically wants this title win against Stephanie Vaquer to be on her own. So then we get Stephanie Vaquer entrance. We've got the title match. It's a Philly street fight for the title. Liv Morgan and Roxanne end up coming down to the ring to help. Raquel doesn't go to plan. Liv tries to give Raquel the belt to hit Stephanie with. Stephanie ends up using that distraction. Gets Raquel over on the table. Little tease about whether it's going to be Raquel or Stephanie that gets put through it. Turns out it's going to be Raquel with a fairly weak table bump. Then we get a corkscrew splash, and yeah, Stephanie retains. Post match, Liv hits the Oblivion, holds the title up. So it's leading towards that way, but she said that she will be on SmackDown, so we'll see what happens there. Then we get Roman Reigns in ring, talking about he doesn't know which title to decide, wants the crowd to help him. The crowd want Punk versus Roman, at least the Punk coming out. Punk, essentially, it's a really good back and forth, but Punk lays out the groundwork that Roman essentially copied Punk with the having Heyman by his side, the long title run, etc., etc. Reminds that he brought the Shield into the WWE. Obviously, anyone that knows the history knows like it was a CM Punk conspiracy to keep his title, essentially. Yeah, real good little history lesson in there, and little Easter eggs for long time viewers. Then we get Roman basically saying that he's going to pick Punk, not because he's the biggest star available out of Punk and Drew, but because he hates Punk. Yeah, man, good back and forth. I kind of predicted that we was going to get Roman Punk at Mania. Like I say, I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, highlight of the show definitely was this promo. Not as bad as some weeks, but still a lot of room for improvement. But like I say, build up to Mania. Hopefully, we're gonna get treated with something special now. So yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one.